Today I'm smoking a delicious cut of beef. What these are beef back ribs. So if you've ever cooked a whole bone-in rib roast and you keep the ribs on there, this is where they come from. And anyone who's cooked a bone-in rib roast knows how good the meat is on those bones there. If you can get your hands on a nice big rack like this, highly suggest giving it a try. These things are super delicious. Now, a lot of people don't like cooking these because they're not sure really what to do with them. Do you cook them low and slow like pork ribs, or do you grill them hot and fast like a steak? So today I'm going to show you why the low and slow smoking method like your traditional pork ribs is what you want to do with these. All right, enough talking about these. Let's get them prepped so I can get them on the smoker. These things look fantastic. Check them out. See the nice marbling you got on here? These are gonna be good. And a lot of times they're not too meaty because they cut them so close to the bone because they want to save all that meat for the rib roast, but these are nice and meaty. These are gonna be delicious. So they do have a membrane on the back. You could take this off if you want. I think I'm gonna leave it on just because I want to keep these ribs together. I'm afraid if I pull this membrane off, these ribs will just fall apart. So there's not much trimming on these. These look pretty good. There's little things hanging off. You can cut those off. So what I think I'll do with the membrane on these is just give them a little score. The membrane on beef ribs tends to be pretty chewy, so giving them a score should help out a little bit. That's it. So the trim was nice and easy. Now let's get some seasoning on it. And what I have here is a little salt, pepper, garlic mixture that I made. What this SPG consists of is 1 part salt, 2 parts black pepper, a half a part of garlic powder, and a half a part of paprika powder. Very simple. I like to make some pre-made SPG. It's real quick and easy to just throw on some meat. This works great for everything, chicken, beef, pork, whatever. Get the edges. Now, I will get the membrane. It's not that important, but I'm going to season it anyway. There we go. Nicely seasoned beef ribs. Let's get these on the smoker. All right, I got my smoker up to 250 degrees. Now let's go ahead and throw these beef ribs on. Just like that. Perfect. Get it closed up and let these things cook. Those beef ribs are on the smoker. I got it running at 250 degrees. That's the perfect temperature that I'm looking for. I don't want them to cook too hot too early. I want a nice low and slow cook on these things. Let them get nice and tender. I'm gonna let them go for a couple hours on there before I check on them. I'm looking for a nice bark to get set. Then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull them off, get them wrapped, and put them back on the smoker. Probably put a little bit of beef tallow in there because why not? So I'm just gonna let these ribs roll on the smoker and I'll see you when I give them a check. All right, these ribs have been on for 2 hours. Let's take a look at them. They're looking really nice. Starting to get a nice bark on here. So these are feeling pretty good. I think they'll need a little more time for sure. So temperature, we're at 186. Not too bad. So I think what I might do is pull these off in about 30 minutes and wrap them, just because they're getting to a good temperature. I just want them to get a little more tender. But for now, I'm just gonna give them a little spritz. So here I have a little bit of vinegar, water, and Worcestershire sauce. Love using this on beef. All right, I'm gonna let these go another half an hour. Pull them off, get them wrapped. Those ribs are looking great. I let them go for another half an hour. Just went out and checked them. I wanna get them off and get them wrapped, so let's get right to it. I'm gonna be wrapping with butcher paper, and I'm gonna be adding some tallow. Got our paper, let me go get these ribs. All right, here's our beef ribs. Take a look at these. Look fantastic, don't they? If you could just smell. Check out this color we got. Beautiful. These are going to be tasty. Yes, they are. All right, we want these to be nice and tender, so let's get them wrapped up. So I'm gonna lay these meat side down. Now here I have some liquid gold in the form of beef tallow. Let's go ahead and pour some of that on there. That is going to be good. All right, let's get these wrapped up. Perfect. All right, so I got these wrapped up in butcher paper with a little bit of beef tallow. I'm gonna take these, put them on my smoker, probably let them cook for another hour or so. I'm gonna check for tenderness. Once it gets to the tenderness I want, I'm gonna pull them off. So like I said, I think this is gonna be about an hour. It could be an hour and a half, we'll see. There's not a lot of meat on here. They should cook pretty fast, so I'm thinking like an hour. I'm getting it back on the smoker. I'll see you when they're ready to pull off. All right, these beef ribs have been on for a total cook time of 5.5 hours. Oh yeah, these are tender. We got $1.99 for a temp. These are done. Pull these off, let them rest. A lot of times with these beef back ribs, people think you're gonna wanna cook them like steak. You don't. You wanna cook them to that 200-degree range. They will be phenomenal. I took them off the smoker. I let them rest for an hour. Here we are. Let's get them unwrapped so I can give them a try. These look fantastic. Definitely tender, smell phenomenal. So there we are, that's what we're looking for. You can see how much they've pulled off the bone. That's what you want. These are gonna be some delicious beef ribs. Let's slice them up so I can give them a try. All right, before I slice into these, just take a look, huh? Oh my gourd. These look so good. You can see how much the meat has pulled off the bone. These are gonna be super tender. Let's get them sliced up. So to slice these up, I'm gonna flip them over as I do with most of my ribs. It's just easier this way. Let's go ahead and get some slices. There we go. Flip these over. Oh yeah, so just check that out. Man, these are looking good. Nice and juicy. These are gonna be so good. If you can ever find yourself some back ribs, this is how you wanna cook them. This thing smells phenomenal. I need to give it a try. Mmm, so savory. Tastes so good. The crust is unbelievable. You can see how it just comes right off the bone there. This is an amazing beef rib. It's so tender, just falls right off the bone. Super savory. Wow, the quality of meat on this is so good because it's coming from that ribeye. If you can ever find these in a store, I highly suggest you picking them up. They're super cheap because they're just trimmings from a rib roast. Occasionally you can find them there, but if you do see them, pick them up, try this recipe out. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I got a new video coming out every week, so you're gonna wanna subscribe. But most importantly, get out there, smoke something good.